Starting from the Shang dynasty, in which the oracle bone script was invented, the history of China has already developed for 3,300 years. In the earliest collection of Chinese poetry, Shi Jing, a woman swallowed an egg of a blackbird, got pregnant, and gave birth to the ancestor of the Shang dynasty. Does the legendary blackbird exist in reality?
这个说文呢，解释为玄鸟呢，就是一种黑色的燕子，而且飞得很高。目前符合这个特征的，就是北京雨燕。
Beijing Zhengyang Gate was built in the Ming Dynasty. For 600 years, this ancient building has been a home for Beijing swifts. Guan Zhanshu, who works here, is one of a few people who observe and learn about Beijing swifts.
最早在北京城建成之前，它就在燕山的脚下生存。随着人们建设了城市以后，雨燕跟着人进了城了。
Unlike the barn swallows who live under ordinary houses' eaves, the swifts prefer higher buildings like royal palaces and temples. The bird is petite and agile. People usually do not see them around. The swifts flying over Beijing have watched this ancient city for generations. However, history took a sudden turn in recent years. Ancient architectures have been demolished on a large scale, replaced by neat and uniform buildings. Research showed that the number of Beijing swifts has declined from 50,000 to 3,000. Beijing has accommodated millions of people, but it does not leave any room for the Beijing swifts. In the 18th century, many Beijing residents knew these little birds who only lived in tall buildings. In the year 1870, British biologist Robert Swinhoe collected a specimen of the bird at Zhengyang Gate and named it the Beijing swift. It is the only bird subspecies who is named after the Chinese capital.
Its life cycle is almost entirely in the air. So the only time it lands is to lay its eggs and to feed its young.
Birdwatcher Taryn Townsend, who is also from Great Britain, has been watching the Beijing swifts for years. Each year from April to July, Beijing swifts mate and breed in the city. At the end of summer, the chicks grow up and leave their hometown. They start their journey from Beijing, flying all the way to southern Africa. A Beijing swift flies about 380,000 kilometers in its life, comparable to the distance between the Earth and the Moon. At the end of July, Beijing swifts start to migrate. But at the Beijing Wildlife Rescue and Rehabilitation Center, a few injured swifts are left behind. To save the swifts, research and exploration on protecting Beijing swifts have been launched in the city. As the swifts forage during flight, those rescued swifts need to be fed artificially. And today, this little swift is going to be set free. Shi Yang and his colleagues are doing the final health check for it. 1 month ago, the chick fell out of the nest and was rescued by tourists and volunteers who were doing research about the Beijing swift. The health check is completed.
我这好。状态还是挺好的，那咱们就准备放吧。
Volunteers who helped it come to say goodbye. To ensure the swift successfully returns to its family and joins them for migration, the volunteers set it free near its original nest. More than half the swifts have already left. For this lucky bird, its family may still be waiting. The swift joins other birds and flies away. Perhaps it will leave for migration tomorrow. The city's development is irreversible. The population of Beijing swift dropped once, but they are trying and adapting to the new era. In modern buildings cracks and the remaining ancient buildings, the birds make their new homes.
要飞到南非了，你会觉得伤心吗？
不想，因为他明年要回来。